that I don't want to have a conversation off the air with you guys, but
Oh, might as well.
Hello, baby.
Do it.
do it.
Hello, nasty. Hello there. Hello. I say hello. Hello, friend. Well, hello, little girl.
Talk over the beginning like last time.
Yeah, whatever.
Hello, operator. Stop it.
Skips the shit.
Everything. Welcome back, my friends. It's showtime.
Welcome to the Brink of Sanity, episode 381. It's our 14th season, and we're still part of no network. Nobody wants us. We're still doing the show for some reason.
I thought no network was the network.
14th season. We keep getting renewed.
It's good to be your own boss, or else we would have been fired a long time ago.
So for a long time, Jay was like wanting to buy a house, and luckily for Jay, he bought like an apartment instead of a house. And like Martin's on the show with us today. We were talking about how like our basement you run a dehumidifier and they're so annoying. And then Jay goes, "Well, getting a house sounds just awesome," like sarcastically. Jay, my wife wants to redo the bathrooms upstairs.
Oh.
I'm not gonna say how much. We got our first estimate.
Can we put prices right?
Can I guess how many? Can I guess how many figures?
What's up?
It's got to be like 5 figures, right?
Yeah,
easy.
Obviously, easy. What do you think the estimate is?
Two bathrooms? Are they the same size?
Two bathrooms, not very big, but like two bathrooms. My house itself is 2,000 square feet.
$45,000 total.
More.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Wow.
I guess I should have guessed more because I did too, and mine were like 40 back in 08. 65.
Yeah, she wants to like add expand our closets also, so like grand total like 70. Well, we're also in the time where like there's shortages of stuff, so like everything's like extra expensive right now.
Yeah.
I thought it would be like 40, which I was already like not happy about. I saw the estimate. I was like, fuck. I was not.
Kitchens and bathrooms are so expensive. It's insane.
I said it to a friend. I have a friend who's like I guess like he's conservative about money like myself. And I said, but he knows about this stuff. And I asked, and she's like, "Oh, don't ask him. He's gonna say it's too much." I sent it to him, and he was like, "No, that sounds about what you should pay." And I was like, "Oh, fuck."
Damn. It's bad. And by the way, if you order something, you're lucky if it gets there in time. Like cabinets, forget it. The supply chain's horrendous.
Well, at least this guy's going to take care of providing all that. So, but you know, we had to get 2 new chairs for our kitchen because we had chairs that broke.
Okay.
I ordered them 12 weeks.
See, that's why I that was a big selling point for this apartment. The lady apartments were going down when I bought the place because everyone's moving out and moving into houses. So she renovated both bathrooms and the kitchen, trying to like keep the price where she wanted it. So I got 2 fully renovated bathrooms and a kitchen in this place.
But your kitchen, all the appliances died immediately.
Yeah, but now they're all replaced and they're all brand new. So
did you have to buy them?
I only bought the microwave. I got the fridge. It was actually just installed incorrectly. The guy changed one thing and it worked. And
okay, you never shared that part.
Yeah, and the same with the stove. The guy replaced one valve. It's fine now, and dishwasher never broke. So,
all right.
Oh, okay. So
That's not horrible.
So my son, for whatever reason, because he watches stuff on YouTube and they have these ads, what was the most absurd thing for your son to be asking you about constantly to buy? That would be really absurd. Yes, that would be really absurd. Though I'd be like, I understand.
Well, no, it would be absurd because it's free.
Yeah. Yes. Exactly.
Well, what'd you say?
He's
porn.
Oh, yeah.
So he keeps asking me, Dad, have you ever flown on Emirates Air? Can we get first class flights on Emirates Air? I'm like, what the hell are you talking about?
He wants to go
Emirates
to Dubai.
Air. I'm like, he doesn't even care where we go.
Is that the ad that's getting pushed to him?
Yeah, he didn't even realize it went to the Middle East. He's just like, I want to go on Emirates Air. First class looks so nice. Can't we go on Emirates Air? And I was like, no, that's absurd. And he's like, but Dad, how do you have money for a bathroom, but you don't have money for first class flights? I'm like, we can't afford first class flights, but they're cheaper than the new bathrooms. I'm like, I can't afford that either. So stop it.
I'm gonna be paying that off for the next 10 years.
Oh my god.
A trip to Qatar or Qatar. Yeah, great. Thanks. That's what I want to do. Go see the World Cup.
The only reason I'd want to go to Qatar is because in that country, women are not allowed to ask for new bathrooms. So maybe it might work out well.
Women are not allowed to do a lot of things in that country.
You
Wait a
told me
minute.
you're. Oh, go ahead, Mark.
Is this where we went all wrong? Maybe that's what I should have done. Yeah.
Yeah, if we all raised our families in the Middle East,
Yes.
it wouldn't be the best place to live, but we'd have more rights.
Especially as a Jewish person, not that I'm very religious. That's a great place to raise a family.
Oh
It's
yeah,
so welcoming to the Jews.
actually that would be a lot easier because I would have been dead 20 years ago, so I wouldn't have to.
That's true. You would have, yeah, it's all fait accompli.
Hey, do you guys know where the local synagogue is? Oh, you're gonna kill me now? Okay, cool.
Can't buy a new bathroom if you're not alive.
I was in the mood for a knish today. Where can I get one?
I don't understand.
Is this shawarma kosher?
I don't understand. If you guys don't have bagels, what do you put your locks on?
The doors. That's about it. Hey, how you doing, Dad?
Guys, where's the nearest gefilte fish?
Hey, don't knock a good piece of gefilte fish.
I've never had one. It looks gross.
So that is a dare I've done on 2 people. So a coworker of mine and my wife. I said, so my wife calls it a dirty sponge, which
That's
is
what it looks
basically,
like. Yeah.
that's what it looks like. And I had to drink one of those green Starbucks drinks in return. It
like
was
the blended spinach kale bullshit, or
yeah, exactly.
Oh,
that
okay.
yeah, when you say it, it makes you want to vomit.
I keep trying to tell my wife that I'm allergic to kale. It's not working.
Kale doesn't really have a taste to it. So
It's
you
like
can't-
dirt.
It's like
I mean,
bitter.
I don't know. You can't really dislike it. You can't really like it, but it's not like
It's like bitter, dirty lettuce.
yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
It's
What an advertisement.
it's like my lettuce went to the playground and got all messed up in the sand, and now I'm gonna eat it.
Yeah,
Sounds like I want that right now.
I just started eating lettuce. I'm not ready for kale.
I'm not a lettuce guy either. I don't like vegetables.
Do you like lettuce, but wish the lettuce tasted more like the ground? Then you'll like kale.
That's it.
My friend is vegetarian, borderline vegan, and she said she would make kale chips that I wouldn't be able to tell the difference from potato chips.
Bullshit.
And I said challenge accepted. There's no goddamn way that's possible.
That is utter bullshit. And honestly, that would be worthy of a podcast. If we were all in the same room, she had a bowl of kale chips, and we all do a taste test.
I do a blind
guarantee you
taste
3
test.
vomit faces.
I wish
Maybe.
you didn't move to Connecticut, because I would love to do a blind taste test. See, we have Ruffles over here, and we have fried kale over here.
It's just like Coke and Pepsi.
Well,
Yeah.
with enough guac on it, it might not be so bad.
I actually had
that's fair.
I hate guacamole too. So
Really?
yeah.
You hate guacamole?
That's the reaction I get from everybody. What it is about guacamole?
So here's guacamole. I was an idiot. For 35 years, I didn't eat it, and I love guacamole.
Guacamole is amazing. How do you not like?
Poke bowl, get that in there.
Yeah, I like that too. Jay's like, I don't like chocolate or ice cream either. It's weird. People get so surprised.
So what bothers you about do you not like avocados?
No, I hate them. I hate them. So
Okay, so what is it? Because it looks like Slimer?
no, it's the taste. I hate it. I think it's gross.
Wow.
And
You don't like the taste of guacamole?
so I don't like guacamole, and I don't like cucumbers. So it's very hard for me to order sushi, because that's in
Yeah,
like 90%.
That's the
of
main
sushi.
ingredients.
Yeah.
Yeah. You've got it. Well, you could get sushi, like just the rice and the fish.
I like the rolls. So
Yeah.
like, there's like 3 rolls I can order. At,
Jay, do you like
in-
Mexican food?
Love Mexican food.
Well, no, he
The
likes
only-
Taco Bell. That does not count.
No, I like
Yeah, do you
Taco Bell.
like
and I like
actual
Mexican
Mexican
food. It's like 2 different things. Yes, I get Mexican food all the time. Guac on the side. Give it to my wife.
How do you?
See, I don't eat beans.
You don't like beans?
See, I love beans.
Hate
Holy
beans.
crap! How do you like beans? These are amazing things.
Well,
Part of the reason why I don't like beans. Holy crap.
Martin, you don't know. Mark eats black beans like 5 days a week for dinner.
Do you really? That's why you're in
Yeah.
good shape. And I'm 4-dimensional and you're 3-dimensional. That's the difference.
I haven't actually been eating them quite as much lately, but generally, I think for a solid 15 to 20 years, I ate black beans 5 to 6 meals a night.
Really?
But like lately I've been eating not quite as many, but yeah.
Why so much? That's a lot for anything when you think about it.
I really like black beans. I'll put like a melt cheese on them, have it on tortillas, maybe. Some
So you'll prepare it differently. You'll prepare it differently.
I mean, I'll have it. I can have it with just like put a piece of cheese on there also, but I'll put some salsa in there. I put hummus in there.
Wow.
See, Andrew's in the chat, and he told me avocados suck, and he also said Mark keeps the black beans economy afloat.
I used to at a time because I would get like black beans delivered with like fresh direct, and I'd order 100 cans.
Dude's not wrong about you keeping them in business.
The delivery guy just hates your
in the
ass.
supermarket. I remember checking out once. The woman's just like, "What are you doing? She's like, are you starting a supermarket next door?"
You're
You
like
have some
a
kind of weird fetish.
You're like a
What's
COVID
going on?
hoarder, but just for black beans.
Yeah, instead of toilet, you thought beans were toilet paper at one point, and you know.
Oh, they help you use toilet paper though.
That's right. Yeah, they lead to the other thing. That's right. But I still can't get over that part. That's insane.
So when I first met my wife, she told me she did not like onions. I found that shocking because I love onions. You guys have taken, I mean, not liking beans. I mean, guacamole. Like, how do you not like guacamole?
I won't do raw onions.
I like more like a sautéed onion, if anything, if I had to choose.
My onions have to be cooked. I will not eat a raw onion.
Okay,
You want to eat a raw onion like on a sub?
No, I'll pull that shit right off.
I mean, I wouldn't eat a raw onion by itself, but
No.
on a sandwich, sure.
Nope.
So the thing is, I don't mind an onion. It doesn't like me.
Doesn't like you get like fucks with your stomach.
Yeah.
You taste it for like the next 5 hours.
Well, that's true.
Grilled onions, I love.
On a hot dog? How about that? Those like with the sauce. You know what I'm talking about?
I could eat grilled, yes, but I could eat grilled onions on their own. Like I don't even need to add to anything. I just think they're really delicious.
I could. I just again the after effects are just not worth it to me.
Okay,
it'll destroy me.
No, I mean
Destroy.
if that's happening to you, then I understand. What other weird thing? I don't eat olives. I think olives are disgusting.
Hate olives, hate them, but I
Yeah.
like olive oil.
Jay, are you having sex with olives?
No olives for me. Absolutely not. No.
Gross.
Okay. What other weird things you guys, or what
Like a normal thing that we wouldn't like.
normal thing that you would not eat?
Well, name any vegetable except for cucumbers, tomatoes, and carrots. Those are the only three I'll eat.
Oh,
And broccoli and Chinese food. I'll do broccoli. I had beef for broccoli tonight. But
I with all the sauce on it when it's like
it's gotta be doused in the sauce.
I won't
Like,
do raw tomatoes, and I won't.
Can
do
I have broccoli in a form that will give me a heart attack?
Well, that's actually everything I eat. Can I have water that'll No?
Jay, what were you saying, Jay?
raw tomatoes? I won't do that.
You won't eat raw
Wow,
tomatoes?
I love a raw tomato.
Well, I don't even like. It's weird to even call it raw tomatoes, as if it's like some like crazy thing. Like I can't eat them raw. It's not raw fish. It's just a tomato.
Mm-mm.
You can't eat a tomato.
So
Yeah.
my daughter the other day, we ordered Jersey Mike's. They screwed up her order and they put tomato on her sub.
Yeah.
And I grabbed the last one because I like a raw tomato. And then I'm like, where are the other ones? Oh, I threw them out, Dad. I was like, oh,
Wait, do you eat cooked tomatoes a lot?
I hate cooked tomatoes.
I mean, I know I don't like
Pasta
what's
sauce?
the other what did you say?
Roasted.
You don't need pasta sauce?
No, but like it's like I'm just saying like that's a different form of a tomato. Like just
Form of a tomato.
yeah, well it's processed into the
Yes.
yes. But you just do you normally Jay, you just don't like tomatoes? What else don't you like, you weird person? I feel like Jay has some eating issues from like when he was 5 years old, where his parents were like, "Fine, just don't eat it. Fine, just don't eat it. You don't like that either. Okay, fine, Jay."
I'm not a big fan of. This is where I'm going to lose you guys.
You've already lost me at guac, but go on.
Steak,
All right, yeah,
steak and bacon.
oh, whoa. Well, podcast canceled.
Well, I have this weird thing.
These are my two favorite things.
I don't. Bacon is delicious, but I as a Jewish person, I do almost nothing, but I don't eat pig.
Steak.
Steak, but you don't like steak?
Andrew said he's out. So my mom was always paranoid about, like getting us sick from undercooking things.
Which is probably why you never had sushi growing up, like all of us.
Well, sushi wasn't even big when we were growing up. Like
That's
nobody ate sushi.
That's true.
But
Sushi didn't like start catching on until we were in college.
and even in Boston when we were in college, there was not much there either.
Yeah, it just started maybe right after we graduated. That's a fair point.
Yeah, I don't know if I even tried it when I was in high school.
So yeah, my mom was always so paranoid that she would overcook everything, and so every time I had steak, like through 18 years old, it was so dried out.
Shoe leather.
Yeah, I would just be chewing and chewing, chewing, and trying to like douse it in barbecue sauce, and I thought it was the worst. Like that, pork chops. So like,
So, but you're no longer a kid. You've been an adult. Have you been to a steakhouse?
yeah, I always order a burger now because I'm just so turned off from like dried out.
You don't even
Hey.
you don't even try a steak. You've never.
No.
The adult Jay has never tried steak.
I mean, I've tried it, but like, and it's obviously a lot better. But I think I just got such a sour taste in my mouth over.
Even like a nice medium rare or rare piece of steak when because it's different than well done.
I went
There's
from
no-
like being turned off by it to like I'm steak neutral. Like I just don't care. Like you can put it in front of me and
It doesn't knock your socks off.
Yeah, I'm just like, whatever.
I think steak is a little overrated. I like steak. I'm totally a fan. I think sometimes people go crazy about how amazing a steak is, but Jay's out of his goddamn mind.
Well, I mean, I also had 18 years of shitty steaks, so. You know.
Right, but again, you're more than twice that age now.
And then with bacon, I don't
Tell
know
me
what,
about bacon.
I don't know what happened. My parents robbed a bacon truck or something. They, ziti carbonara. It's basically
sure.
ziti with like onions, scrambled eggs, and bacon. And they bought so much bacon that they made that like 2-3 times a week for like 3 straight months.
They killed it on you.
And
They killed it.
And it killed it. And like, first of all, I didn't even like it. There's no sauce. It's dry and like, and it's just dry pasta and bacon, and it killed it for me. So,
you know what I like is your parents were like, "That's what's for dinner. You don't like it, shut the fuck up." Whereas we're like, my kids are like, "I don't like it." We're like, "Shit, fine, we'll make something else."
yeah,
We do cater to them, those bastards.
it's completely
bastards.
different now. Like I had to eat dry pasta and bacon like for 3 straight months, and that was it.
You're gonna have dry. It was dry pasta, crappy jar sauce, or like macaroni and cheese and hot dogs, right?
See, I didn't
Whatever
mind the
my mom
macaroni.
made is what meatloaf, overcooked meatloaf.
I didn't mind the macaroni and cheese and hot dogs, but my mom also put in the frozen mixed vegetables, which had the lima beans in it,
Oh,
and that ruined the whole thing for me. I don't mind. I can do peas and carrots and corn, but like the lima
where was
beans,
CPS during that?
seriously, if I knew about that.
First of all, no one has ever said, "You know what this needs? Lima beans."
Lima beans.
I like almost every kind of bean, but fuck lima beans.
Do you know, like, the lima bean industry must have been like, "Fuck it, we're gonna kill your entire family unless you throw us into that frozen food thing. We're getting it with those vegetables. Put us in there now."
Yeah, 'cause
Even
nobody
Marc
can
draws the line on lima beans. He's like, black beans, sure. Lima, no.
It's
I
same
won't-
with me.
no, I mean, I think I would eat them, I guess, but like they're just like they're very not the best vegetable.
No.
I wouldn't even eat them. I think they're so gross.
I can't. I couldn't even. Nope. I'd rather starve.
Jay, would you eat broccoli?
Yeah, I don't. It's
Okay,
not my
let's-
favorite, but
Jay,
I
do you
eat
eat
it.
pizza?
yeah, I eat pizza.
Jay's like, that's a weird question. I mean, I just said a bunch of things that everyone in America likes and I don't like, but ask me about pizza. Like,
So what about a bacon wrapped steak? Now that's something.
Probably not.
But I
Do
agree
you-
with Marc. Like in the beginning, when you used to go to steakhouses, like when we got old enough to, make money and do that, it was cool. I feel like I can almost make just as good of a steak on the grill now if you go to a good butcher and get a good piece of meat.
You gotta,
That's,
yeah, as long as you marinate it.
Yep.
I mean, I've had some pieces like we were like, oh, this is actually. I would say sometimes you get at a nice steakhouse, you're like, I probably could not make this at home, but I still think it's a little. Overall, people act like it's
The bang for the
amazing.
buck isn't there.
No, not at all.
Mark, do you make your wife listen to the "I Love Beans" song before dinner every day?
Out my ass. I do. I play it out my ass, and she loves
Wow.
Do you know the "I Love Beans" song?
it. Beans, good for the heart.
No.
That one?
No.
Oh.
Don't play it.
Are you gonna cue it up, Jay, or just like
Here's
explain
a
it?
lovely song about my favorite food. Lima, lentil, soy, and pinto, navy, northern, and garbanzo, kidneys, and frijoles negros. I love beans.
Is this the pork and beans guy from There's Something About Mary?
That's
Are we-
Space Ghost Coast to Coast.
Are they supposed to use the
Ah.
word? Are they supposed to use the word negros? I think it's African American beans.
Speaking of, did Fred Savage get in trouble?
Yeah, he got kicked off of the Wonder Years, the new Wonder Years. he was doing something. I don't know if he was actually on the show, but he was consulting or something. And they didn't say what it was though. He just said there was a disciplinary something happened basically.
So I think we should have a segment every week. Do we think he did it, or is it just someone trying to cancel him? So do we think he did it?
I think it was the person doing the voiceover actually did it.
Oh, the Home Alone guy.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Daniel Stern. Daniel Stern.
Yeah.
Have you guys watched the new Wonder Years?
Not 1 second.
Nope.
I was trying to get my kids to watch the old Wonder Years, but they refused to watch. But I thought I was like, that's a show they might like.
Does that still hold up?
I don't know. I couldn't get them to watch. But I feel like that'd be a show like I was trying to think of like a family. Are there any family shows you guys watch?
Perfect Strangers.
Jay, do you have a family, Jay? Martin.
What's wrong with
Family
that show?
shows? You know,
Wait, you need a whole
there's
family?
a show that all four of us will watch together.
Yeah, or just you and the kids. Your wife doesn't have to enjoy it, but you and the kids.
No.
We watch the show. We should watch Flash.
Okay.
The superhero show. It's like it's on the level. Like my daughter's 8. She likes it. My son likes it. But we're almost completely caught up with that show. So I need a new show.
I will say this: when a few years ago, when one of the sub channels showed the old Batman, the '60s Batman.
Mhm.
If I had that on, they'd watch with me.
Oh,
I watched
Maybe
that
I
in high
should-
school.
yeah, I watched that
Yeah.
growing. Maybe I should find those. Those were like as G-rated as you can get.
So good. And you know what? Some of the jokes, they're like kind of Muppet Showy jokes, right? Like the adults get it, kids don't even know what half the sexual innuendo means.
The Muppet Show.
Well, that's another one. That's true.
Yeah.
But we just put on Looney Tunes. Jay, I was telling you this. So HBO Max, you could queue up any Looney Tunes you want. So I have
Like the old school ones?
like
Oh.
Rabbit season, Duck season. You want to watch that? You could just call that up. You want to watch the one with the monster where he's getting his nails done? You could go watch that one.
Oh.
The baseball one. And so I just did all my greatest hits with Kathy the other night, and we were in like a wormhole of Looney Tunes.
Nice.
Great.
Yeah, I was just saying my daughter might, but I don't think my son would go for it. He doesn't love cartoons anymore.
And he
Unless
can't,
he
you
humor.
can't get him into puppets either?
No. What puppets? Oh,
Like-
Muppets. Yeah, I tried. I could get them.
Well,
into
I
Muppets.
also just found Greg the Bunny streaming.
That's a great show.
Yeah,
That is so underrated.
it is.
I use it blah.
What's Greg the Bunny?
It was with Seth Green, and it was
Sarah Silverman was in it.
yeah, Sarah Silverman. It's kind of like the Muppet Show, where they're trying to produce a show and half the cast is puppets.
But the
Oh.
puppets are actors, so like
Right. Yeah, it's
They're-
like the humans are the producers and directors, and the puppets are the actors.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it's
and the
like
puppets are kind of like foul, like a little bit.
yeah, it's like behind the scenes of the show. It's not the actual show that they're trying to make. It's like
Yeah.
kind of like The Office type of thing.
It was actually before. You know what? It probably would do well now more than it did back then.
Mm-hmm.
It
My,
was ahead of its time.
My kids love they love The Simpsons.
My
so
son loves The Simpsons.
my kids love The Simpsons. My daughter put on found Family Guy the other day. She starts watching that, and I was like, "No, not Family Guy! Turn it off! Turn it off!" I was like, "This is not your level. This is definitely not your level."
No, that's too like he tries. He wanted to watch The Simpsons. There was a movie where they met up.
Oh.
Yeah, it was
There's an
terrible.
episode,
It
right?
was terrible. Yeah.
Yeah, it was bad, but I was like, we watched it with him because the Family Guy stuff can get a little. For
Yeah.
a little
and
kid, you got to be a little careful.
no South Park either. Just nothing.
No.
Just nothing. The Simpsons are, and also the later seasons of The Simpsons, like the older seasons, the good ones, have a lot of clever jokes and a lot of innuendos, and like it's
You
kind of
can't,
good on.
you can't tell.
Yeah, the old later ones are just like just a lot of some raunchy stuff. I'm like, what the?
I agree.
Yeah, it gets a lot worse.
Yeah, I think the writing got lazy, and they ran out of 30-something years. I mean, we're here 14 years, but no, but 30-something years, they ran out of jokes.
Try The Critic.
That's
So
another good one.
Critic, I love. I can't find the
Oh,
Critic.
the Tick.
Freakazoid.
Where can you watch the Critic? I love the Critic. That
Yeah,
one
that's
I
a
would.
good question. Where is that? Well, does Disney own it?
It's not on Disney. I love the
Because
Critic. I would
Disney
watch
owns
that.
The Simpsons now, right?
Yeah.
If I'm
Yeah.
not mistaken.
Yeah, I don't know. I
Yeah.
still have the DVD of that Freakazoid, Duckman, like
Oh, Duckman. The
Invader
Duckman, I
Zim.
don't think it's appropriate. So I
No,
have a question for you
definitely
guys.
not.
Changing topics. what if you guys were going to protest something these days? Is there anything that's an important enough issue for you that you would protest? Like you would actually get
Like I
out
would
of your
stop
house.
my day.
You would get out of your house, go somewhere, and stage an actual protest. Is anything
Nope.
that would actually get you to motivate you to do that?
No, I'd rather just sit here and watch TV.
Jay, is there anything that would motivate you to get out of the house? Anything that could happen? Anything the government or a private organization could do that would get you to leave your goddamn house?
So, like Martin, if they said like forced vasectomies,
I already had one.
so you're good. You're covered.
Jay,
I laughed
apparently,
my way through the whole surgery. I was telling dick jokes the whole time.
I think I would be freaking out way too much.
Jay.
Yeah, I was happy to get it. No more kids.
Yeah, I know. You seem to be the one who's least satisfied with having
So
kids.
you want to know when I asked when I asked Kathy to get my vasectomy?
Mhm.
The moment she said she was pregnant with Russell. Literally, she's like, "I'm pregnant." I'm like, "All right, if it actually happens, can I get a vasectomy the next day?"
you only have 2 kids, right? There's not a third kid.
Well, no, as far as I know. No, I only have 2.
So is there anything? So let's say, what about? Would you go to Starbucks and super glue your hands to the table to protest anything?
Oh, there was a celebrity who did that this week.
Yes,
Who?
James Cromwell. Who?
Really?
Yeah,
Because
he's
Isn't
in,
he like 90,000 years old?
Yeah, he's
because
been,
plant-based milk is more expensive than regular milk, so he like lost his mind.
there's a surcharge at Starbucks. This got him out of his house. Like everything else going on in the world, Ukraine, Roe versus Wade, whatever. He's like, fuck this. Starbucks wants to charge 70 cents more for a goddamn vegetarian milk. I'm going to fucking go out of my house and stage a protest.
But it costs more to make.
Yeah, I
so,
think
like,
that Starbucks. I think that's
they
that's
charge
It
more
probably,
'cause it
it
costs
probably
more.
spoils faster too, so it probably
Yeah.
costs more to carry it.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice that they're carrying it. This niche, stupid fucking product. Like, just be happy they're carrying it.
Wow, that of all people, like that top of mind was he an Animal Farm? What was he? What did he do?
I'm gonna
Or
go. I'm
Babe?
gonna. He was in 6 Feet Under. He was in. He has a part on
He's British,
Succession.
right?
He's been in a billion things. He's done a lot of stuff.
Is he British?
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go protest anytime when they say like it costs money to add. Well, I don't eat bacon, but if they add bacon to your sandwich, I gotta protest because that costs more than not
Not having bacon on it.
Yes, I don't know.
He's
That's
actually
crazy.
been in looking at his filmography. He's been in a ton of stuff.
How
Like,
old is he?
I think bars-
82.
Bars discriminate against people because they charge more for liquor when it's all liquid. If I get a Coke, it's a lot cheaper than getting a Coke and a bourbon and Coke. So that's discrimination. I'm gonna glue my hands to the table there at a bar.
Well, or you could glue your hands to a basketball floor, because you guys know about this, right? Like,
Yeah.
this is
No,
a sports thing.
It was right in the middle of
So-
the playoffs.
It was in every Timberwolves home game. So apparently the Timberwolves former owner did something with animal cruelty or something. He didn't believe in animal rights or whatever. But dude sold the team. There's these whack jobs. There's a great video out there with a security guard nailing this woman to the floor. But these people were trying to glue themselves to the floor like PETA people. They're crazy PETA people.
But he doesn't own the team anymore.
They don't know that, I guess, or they're just trying to make a statement. It's ridiculous.
What did he do to the animals? What was the big deal?
I think the
Do you
owner
remember,
of
Jay?
the owner of the Timberwolves like has some ties to like I don't know a farm or something. I don't know something
Oh,
like that.
like raising, I don't know,
Raising
who
cattle
knows?
or something. So like the person decided gluing her hand to the floor of a playoff game was the best way to raise awareness of animal farming.
Meanwhile, it's just annoying the shit out of people.
Yeah, we've been eating animals for, I don't know, the entire time we've existed. So, good call on that. I'm sure it is weird is it kind of weird that we care so much about what kind of life the animal had before we eat it?
Oh, I could give two shits.
I mean,
Match.
it's a really big deal to people that the animal had a nice life before we made it for dinner. I want to make sure the animal lived to have a flourishing
Free
life.
ranging.
Free range. I don't serve me a steak unless that cow had piano lessons. I want cows who
You
had
want
piano
culture.
lessons.
You need
I want
culture. in your
culture.
cows.
Yes. I want cows who saw the opera. I want cows who lived.
Guys,
So-
you have to try harder. Somebody in the chat said there's zero velocity comedy coming right now.
All right, here we go. Ready?
So step it up.
What would you do if you had two noses?
If I had two noses.
What does zero velocity comedy mean?
I don't know.
It's just not coming fast and furious. They want more.
I did not comedy. It's not that funny.
You need to tell the jokes faster.
So apparently there was a cow with two noses.
Okay.
Tell me
No.
more.
That's about all I know. But I'm wondering, is that genetics, or is that just a like a engineered thing? But like, is that a good thing to have two noses, or is it a bad thing? Like, you smell more farts, probably, right? Like, that's
I
not
don't
good.
think there's any situation, unless you're a dog smelling for bombs, I don't think having two noses is any kind of advantage.
What about two dicks? That was a New York Post has these weird headlines. I don't know if you get them through Twitter. Man with two penises has one removed. I saw that like 2 weeks ago.
I saw one where
Yeah.
like somebody had one on his arm or something.
Yeah. So
On his
was he
arm?
peeing out of his arm? Like, do you pee out of both? Like, how does that work?
I mean, honestly, peeing out your arm would be a lot more convenient.
How
It'd be
long,
like Wonder
hang on.
Woman.
I have a question for you. How long at the doctor's office does the doctor have to explain to you that you have a dick growing out of your arm before you believe him? You're like, he's like, I'm sorry, you have a dick growing out of your arm. Okay, fuck you too. No. It's I have a medical degree.
You're a dickhead.
No, you literally have this growing. Doc, I'm gonna fucking kick the shit out of you again. It's not. This is a rare thing, but it's happening.
Are we kicking up the comedy now? Is this okay?
I have no idea. I would
You
say
wanna-
I would
as
say
far
two
as
noses would suck.
Two noses would suck. I would agree. Because what about sneezing? Right?
Oh,
That'd be
that's what I was
bad.
thinking. Sneezing when you get a cold. How many
Oh
tissues are
yeah,
you gonna go
double
through?
four nostrils.
Yeah.
Oh,
Noses aren't
Okay.
great to begin with, if we're being honest. They're kind of
That's
Okay,
a
you know,
fair. That's a fair.
I'll
point.
take-
kind of annoying.
I'll take. As a Jew, I would say I agree. I would take wings. Can we get wings?
Oh, please, the ability to fly.
That'd be
but
fucking
how?
badass.
Yeah, but putting on a shirt.
Yeah, I think they'll make shirts differently.
How you gonna find it?
They would
Suit that
they
fits?
would probably have like a slit in them, right? I would think.
I don't know. You know what? I think if we can get wings, I'll work out harder because I want to look pretty badass. It's like I'll clean my shirt off and have wings. It'll look badass.
I would totally want to fly. I think that's why Superman was invented, right? Because that was
Right.
a fantasy of ours to fly.
Just think about how bad people are at walking and driving. You think they're gonna be able to handle flying?
No,
I
it's
saw
not
somewhere.
flying cars.
I saw somewhere they're like, how does Superman go faster when he's flying?
How does he go faster?
Yeah, they're like,
Faster than what?
what's propelling him to go regular speed versus faster when
He
he's
ate a
flying?
lot of black beans.
Faster
he-
than a
he
speeding
doesn't-
bullet?
He doesn't flap his arms. There's nothing that he does faster. He just got to like
He just
lay
goes like
there
this.
and go. But how does he go faster suddenly?
He's an alien.
Yes, he is.
Don't try and explain alien technology.
Well, that's the out. That's your out right there. He's an alien.
I'm amazed Mark knew he was an alien.
I understand he's an alien.
Well,
By the way, so on a different
I'm surprised,
topic,
honestly. You seem to know.
I'm
nothing
not a
about
comic
pop
guy,
culture.
but I mean, I think he's from Krypton, if I'm not
he
mistaken.
is.
I knew Krypton is not somewhere in South America. I figured that out.
Krypton's the 10th planet, or 9th if you count Pluto.
So we were talking also to
Is
for
that where
those that
crypto
are-
is from?
for those that are for crypto fans, crypto has been plummeting.
It's
That's
at
right.
2020 levels. I was just talking about this.
So what do you think the dumbest thing to do, like in the world of crypto? What would be the dumbest thing you could do?
Sell it now.
Or no, sorry, who is the dumbest? Who are the dumbest people right now in the world of crypto?
Buying
I
people
would
who
say-
bought a bunch of Dogecoin when it was 74 cents.
That's pretty bad.
Who would do
I
something
would
like
say
that? I
though,
don't know.
the country of El Salvador. Do you know the country of El Salvador is about to go bankrupt because of
Are they all crypto based?
They bought $25 million in Bitcoin. They made Bitcoin like a currency there. It's gone terribly wrong.
I'm no.
Wait, El Salvador was a first world country before that.
No, but I mean, like,
No,
I mean-
the 25 million was like their entire GDP.
Their GDP is one NFT.
as I say 25 million, I'm like, that's really not a lot in terms of a country. But they put a lot of their money, I guess, into Bitcoin. It's not going well.
They spent all the rest of their money on a Bored Ape NFT.
Yeah, yes. But apparently they are expected to default on their debts because of Bitcoin.
I mean,
Bitcoin is bankrupting a third world country.
how do you get bankrupt as a country? Like we owe trillions of dollars. How do you default?
Do you know every other country in the world has to actually pay back their money? The U.S. is like, we'll print more. We're just allowed to.
I bet you, all the debt we be plus, right? If everyone paid back their debts to us.
Well, the thing is, the U.S. because everything's in dollars in the world, we can just keep making more dollars, and everyone's like, that's fine. It's also having all the weapons helps out. Also, like having a bunch.
I think it's more the weapons. Yeah.
The weapons help also, but because everyone uses dollars, it's fine. Whereas if you're El Salvador, you're like, I'm producing more El Salvador dollars, and then everyone's like, we don't give a shit. We don't want your fucking fake
funny money.
Yeah,
your cartoon money.
Do you think when some countries call up asking where their money is, they start like a Zoom call and they have like the big red nuke button in the background? They're like, I don't know, I'm not sure if we have the money yet. Like,
that Land of Confusion video was very, very ahead of its time from Genesis. I'm dating myself. So, go ahead.
So you're picturing, yes, this is Honduras, America. We need our money. Oh, you're going to you have all those weapons. We don't. We'll go. We don't. No. We were
Forget I said
anything. America.
Forget I said anything. So you want to hear how you feel old moment?
Yeah.
So I moved my daughter to. My daughter's now allowed to ride the front seat of the car, and so I'm talking to her.
How old's your daughter?
12.
12 is when they're allowed to drive the front seat.
I think it's a height and weight requirement kind of thing.
Wait,
my son,
she was regulated to the back seat until 11 and a half?
Yeah, that's how it is. Works. They have to wear be in car seats till like 10.
Like 10.
Yeah.
You guys are fucking with me now.
No.
This is a
true
thing?
story. No, New York State sucks.
Gotten so weird.
So
are you serious?
So
They had us rolling around in the back of station wagons at like 3 years old in the 80s.
I know it.
Yeah.
Nope.
So when we were growing up, a baby could be in the front seat. Now you have to be like bar mitzvah age.
Pretty much. Like it's a bit like 12 is kind of in some places early. But so I said, what do you consider an old song? She goes, anything before the year 2000. I'm like, oh, jeez. And then I was thinking about it. I'm like, think about it. Like something 22 years ago for now, when we were 12, what were we, 89 or so, 88?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Yeah, like no,
so that means
like 90.
22 years ago would have been like Beatles music we would consider old.
Yeah.
I guess. I mean, when you think about it, 70s music to these kids, these youngins, is like 40s music. Like I thought big band was horror, like old people music.
Don't you find it weird when you hear something on classic rock and you can't believe that's even on the classic rock station?
Yeah, like a 1988 song or something like that.
I heard Nirvana
listening
the other day.
Yeah. Or I'm like the classic rock station is playing Counting Crows.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Green Day.
The oldies station played. It was like Billy Joel and.
It's true. He's right.
Yeah.
But I said, like, what about like Poker Face by Lady Gaga? Because she likes Lady Gaga, whatever. Oh, that's old, Dad. I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. Like, no.
that is old.
But it is old. But it's old. But like, you don't think of it.
What is the song, like 14, 15 years old?
Yeah, you're right. Yep, it came out when I started dating my wife around that time. Yeah. It's crazy.
I heard Motley Crue too. Yeah, Motley Crue is on like classic
Motley
rock.
Crue is another one. Yeah,
but that's like 40 years ago now.
Linkin Park has been on classic rock. I've definitely heard that on classic.
Linkin Park shouldn't be on anything.
It's gotten to the point.
Saying.
How how crazy it is? Most of the music I now hear in the supermarket, I'm like, I like that song. I like that song also.
That's true.
No joke.
Like I actually start getting down, getting some peas.
I have a Rite Aid down the block, and they have a song I love every time I go in there. Yesterday they had Collective Soul playing. I stuck around.
I think drugstores should just play music about getting sick.
It's funny. Like I'm on the elevator. I'm like, oh yeah, Mr. Jones. I love this song. I want to stay in the elevator a little longer.
So you think our parents felt that way when they were playing like
No.
no,
I don't think so.
like that's what I felt like we heard. Like it was a horrible like elevator music. Like elevator music isn't elevator music now.
You got to remember, like, music was like barely existed. Like, it was very raw. Like, there was no rock, there was no electronic. Like,
yeah, like the difference between the music we grew up with and now, like it sucks now. Don't get me wrong, but it's not as drastic of a difference, I guess, right?
Right.
Compared to like 40s music.
Hey,
Yeah.
Jay, do we have just before? Do we have any questions? I know we have 2 questions.
We do, yeah. The Brink of Sanity @gmail.com. Mr. C writes, "Hey guys, I thought you might enjoy this story. UK politician resigns after being reported for watching porn in UK equivalent of the House of Representatives." So
He couldn't wait.
Neil Parish could not wait, and he was literally just watching porn during a House meeting.
Was he watching or was he doing more than watching?
Are you saying, was he doing a Pee-wee?
Yeah.
You know, I feel like Pee-wee could have recovered if this was like happening.
I think he did. You don't think he? I think people like will cheer him when he shows up.
Oh, I mean now, but his show got canceled and he did nothing for like 12 years.
He had to be behind the scenes.
It completely
It's
derailed.
tough. It's tough that if you have a children's show to get caught jacking off in public.
Yeah.
Who's the person
to
telling on
reconcile.
somebody in a porno theater though?
Well, you know what the good thing is? If it happened now, he would just never be in a port. Like he would just be at home, so it would have been fine.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, I think you gotta either wait, go to the bathroom if you had to. Really, like,
It wasn't a great look, but you know.
I don't know. I don't hold Pee Wee Herman or George Michael or any of those people. Whatever you do, you gotta do you. But
What was Michael? What did George Michael do?
I think he was in a bathroom.
Yeah, I think
Oh.
he was. I think he was having sex in like a bathroom stall.
I mean, whatever.
I mean, that's not my cup of tea, but whatever.
I mean, yeah. How much people care too much about this stuff? Also,
That's true. Didn't Dave Coulier get caught doing something bad too? Or something like that? I know the Alanis Morissette thing, but
I don't remember.
Who?
But he should cut it out.
The guy from Full House.
Yeah,
He should cut it out. Was that his line?
that's what I just said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the other question?
Patrick writes, "What's your biggest insecurities?"
This is therapy.
I'm saying
Oh, that's deep.
my biggest insecurity on the podcast. That would be,
Bam.
there you go. Not gonna share.
You have like 4 people are gonna know now.
I know.
But that could spread. By the way, the whole 4th floor of our administration building in my campus, COVID-19.
Yeah.
But it's not over. It's not over. Let's keep going to work.
For the longest time, I was super insecure about the fact that I never learned how to ride a bike when I was a kid.
But you know now.
Yeah, I learned as an adult because I wanted to learn. I wanted to be able to teach my kids how to ride a bike.
So it's
I
not
needed
your
to learn.
biggest insecurity.
Well, it was. Oh, shut the fuck up. What's yours, Jay?
I have one.
What do you got?
Watching porn in public. It's a big
Wow.
insecurity.
The
So timely.
The Celtics lost.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah.
That means it's over, Johnny.
It's 3-2. Or
It was 3-2.
yeah.
How about the Rangers? Let's see what the Rangers did.
The Rangers are terrible. So what? Do the Rangers have a goalie?
Bustella
That's
said,
defense.
"Close the stall before you go." It's the George Michael song.
That's a good one. Oh, they're winning.
Oh, is the Rangers winning? Because they're down. Like, were they down 3-1 the series?
Yeah, they're winning 4-3.
We're at that point of the show where we just.
I've been
say
in a
sports,
betting
sports.
slump, by the way. Don't gamble anymore.
Is anyone winning their bets? Like,
I keep
I
trying
was.
to like stack 11 multiple parlays on one game, and I'll hit like 8 or 9 of them and just miss out. But I
That's
feel like
the whole thing.
betting like $5 to win 10 isn't as fun as betting 5 and I could win like $2,500. So I keep doing
So-
it, and I'm not.
I was
Well, if you're
going
willing to part with $5, who cares, right?
Yeah,
I was
used to
gonna-
thrills
I was
with
gonna put money in their stock because I was like, and I'm
Ooh.
like, they have to be printing money. Like these companies, like
Down.
the stock is doing horrendous. But then I remembered that at least DraftKings put money into it. Like they paid us money to put an ad on our Knicks show. So I don't know. Maybe they're not spending their money so wisely.
Their stock is down to like what, 11 a share now?
It is down a lot. Yeah.
I don't know.
It's
It
the
went
crypto
down
stock.
about $140 since I bought one. So
What did?
DraftKings stock.
Oof.
I was looking at the stocks, like the COVID stocks, like how like ones that went up and like down a lot. There's you guys know Shopify?
Yeah.
So Shopify,
I think I know it. Is it like
It's-
like Grubhub, but they deliver other things, or no? Is that
no,
not it?
no. So what Shopify is that on most like on Amazon you go like hit one click, like you click and put things in your cart and buy.
Yes.
So Shopify gives websites the ability to do that, like that are not Amazon. So like a lot of websites use their software to set up a cart basically, so people can buy
Okay.
stuff.
So they're the
So-
carting engine behind their
Yeah, they're like a back.
e-commerce.
Yeah, they're like a back end or like a something basic e-commerce. The stock was at $1,700 at its peak. You know
Wow.
You know what it's at now? Like 300.
What happened? Just the market?
I don't fucking know. I don't
guess
know
it's
anything
just
about
the market.
stocks.
I don't know either.
There was also in crypto. I was telling Jay earlier. There was a whole thing with have you heard of there's something called stable coins?
Is that for horses?
It's basically crypto where like they it's a coin that's supposed to be like pegged to the dollar, where it's supposed to always be a dollar.
Okay.
Which I don't know. Apparently, that's really hard to do. And there's another coin that's connected to it called Terra Luna. If you bought Terra Luna last week, it was like $80-something. You know what it is as of today? $1.
Oof.
It went down $79 in a week. Actually, it went down like $30 today.
Yeah.
Hide it under your mattress. No.
Yeah. And apparently, like in the crypto world, having $1 or something tied to, because I guess apparently, I don't know how exactly it worked, but you had to buy more. They had to like buy more Terra, like make more Luna when I don't fucking know. None of this stuff makes any sense.
Well, Bustelo said TWKS stock is going to go up to $30.
What is that? Ticketmaster?
That is ThoughtWorks Holding. It is currently at around $15.
What are they? By the way, the last time we had someone on a show, or like someone that like gave us stock advice, was like 4 or 5 years ago. They were like, "You should really buy Tesla," and we didn't listen, and then Tesla went through the roof.
Yeah. Actually, he gave us a bunch
So
of
should we
tips
all
and-
just buy a couple of shares and see what happens?
This
Just
guy-
in honor of the show.
There was this guy who basically would message us off the show all the time with stock tips, or just like talking about his trading. And he's like, Tesla. And at the time, Tesla, it was right when that Elon Musk had that scandal where he said he was going to take Tesla private on Twitter, and he got in trouble for that. And the price, Tesla wasn't doing that well as far as the stock price. He was like, this stock, go all in this stock, go all in this stock. Of course, we didn't listen, and it went up like 10x.
He actually gave us like 10 tips, and all of them worked out. He seemed crazy, and
If he's still a listener, which he probably isn't, please give
Hey,
me some more stock tips.
hey, Jay, open up sharing for a second so you can get this into the podcast
sharing what?
screen.
Screen share. Oh, okay. Yep.
Oh, open system preferences. What the hell? It's not letting me share screen. That sucks. I was gonna pull up the ticker just so we could see how bad it's doing now and seeing if it goes up. Like we should revisit it in about a month to see if it actually does anything.
Which one?
So what was it? What's the 52-week high and low? Like,
So let's go year to date. We'll go year to date. So at the beginning of the year it started at 2669 and now it's sitting at 1480. ThoughtWorks.
what is ThoughtWorks? We are a leading global technology consultancy that integrates strategy, design, and software engineering to enable enterprise and technology disruptors.
That didn't sound like anything to me.
I don't know what any of that means.
That sounds like a bunch of words.
Yeah. I
Right.
don't know what any of that actually. I'm sure they do some real stuff. I'm just not smart enough to understand what any of that shit means.
So is this going to be my Katie Couric, what's the internet moment? And then ThoughtWorks goes to like 5,000. Like, oh,
We
they
shall
were
find
making
out.
fun of my stock tip. Well, I'll show them.
I saw a clip. It must have been on Twitter. They played a clip of from Amazon from like when its earliest days, like on News Report, where they were like, "How could Amazon's price even be worth this much?" I mean, Amazon would have to like sell every book in the world to like justify its current price, and you're like, oh, it did.
Oops.
I had a coworker who had like 1,000 shares of it, and it went from like $100 to like $20, back then. And she
Wait, your coworker had Amazon back then, and
and she panicked when it dropped that much and sold most of them, and then it shot up to like whatever $1,000, and she could have been a multimillionaire, but yeah, it's hard to know.
That sucks.
It's hard to know.
Oh, it's all risk, right? Like,
Yeah.
I bet $500 if I knew the Rangers were gonna win. Yeah, okay, but it's the same thing.
I saw this thing connected to that show Winning Time on HBO.
Oh, so good.
It's really good. They just finished up the season. But anyway, I guess at one point Nike tried to sell Magic Johnson on becoming like
Yes.
and he turned it down, and they're like Magic Johnson could have been a billionaire from that. And yeah, if Magic Johnson had done a deal with them back then and got stock, I guess at like 0.005 cents a stock, whatever the shit was worth, he could have made billions of dollars from that. But who the fuck would know?
Matt Damon got offered 2% of gross to star in Avatar.
Really?
Yeah.
Here it is.
Is he going to be in Avatar?
No, the original.
Oh, I thought you meant the new ones.
No.
There's 3 more Avatars coming out.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever rooted harder for something to flop as the next 3 Avatars. I
never saw it.
The first one's
Have you
fine.
seen Dances with Wolves?
I had to see that for school.
Well, if everybody was blue, that's Avatar.
Yeah, that's yes.
Have you seen Mulan?
Story.
That's funny.
It's the same thing.
The interesting thing about Avatar was like the technology with the 3D, and like it looked pretty cool. It was the visuals.
It was ahead of its time at the time, I guess, from that perspective, right?
But now that it's not ahead of its time, the story's kind of lame, and he's gonna make 3 more.
Who was asking for it?
Well, I saw
No
the
one.
trailer, and it's the same plot as the first one.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, a big corporation wants to move in on their paradise, and they fight back. It's the same movie.
I saw something. They said that it had in its first day when the trailer for the new one had more views than the last Star Wars.
All right, well, let's see how many people see in the theaters.
I mean, how people it's gonna be so great because like it's gonna be such a flop, and they're gonna be like, James Cameron's gonna be like, you're already greenlit part 3 and part 4.
So they are doing different technology. They're filming it at some like frames per second that most movies aren't filmed in. Let's say 120 when most movies are in 60 or whatever. The problem is most movie theaters can't show it at that frame rate anyway.
So it doesn't matter.
Wasn't it the thing with The Hobbit where they were filming at a different speed and people got sick from watching it?
Yes, I heard it.
So Avatar's doing that too.
Oh, okay. You know what? That's what you should do if you really want to make your movie successful. Add a technology that most movie theaters don't even have, and if they do, fans will throw up while watching.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's like when internet companies, I'll give you a 3 gig speed. Most devices can't go, whatever. Like they can only go as fast as my legs can only go as fast as they run.
Yeah.
Like, come on. So did you see there's a new #1 podcast? It's not Joe Rogan anymore. Did you guys see
it's Brink of Sanity. What the hell are you talking about?
No, that's #1 in our hearts.
So the most downloaded show, what is it?
It's related to I think Batman.
What?
Yeah. I read this yesterday. Like some Batman podcast was the #1 podcast last week.
Is it
I don't know if it's related to the movie or something. I don't know, but can you imagine?
Dethroned by Spotify, Batman Unburied.
Yeah. Are there that many Batman fans out there?
Yes.
Apparently.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah. There's like 8 Batman shows and all the movies. Like,
I guess.
Oh, so it's a fictional story. I mean, obviously Batman's a fiction. I mean, it's not like real people talking about something. It's like
it's a fake. It's like an old school radio show, like
War
of the Worlds.
So basically, it's they tell the story of Bruce Wayne, a forensic pathologist who has no memory. It's a story, basically. It's like an audio movie, kind of.
Pass.
Lame. All right, we are out of time. Let's do this again soon.
Yes, sir.
Martin, you want to do the Knicks one with us on Tuesday?
Surely.
Cool. So we'll be back Tuesday with the Knicks podcast.
Let's promote it. What time?
Like 9 o'clock, 8
9
8:45.
All right, we should be out of the second round, and the Rangers won 5-3. All right, there we go.
Tuesday is the draft lottery, so we're gonna find out where the Knicks pick.
And then we'll be back.
Spoiler alert: the Knicks don't
Not
pick the
first.
pick. Not first.
Not first.
And we're back the week after with this. So the Brink of Sanity, gmail.com, Brink of Sanity 3 on Twitter, Brink of Sanity on Patreon and Instagram. Andrew can't wait to see the Knicks get the 11th pick. Thanks for joining everybody in the chat, and we will see you soon.
And for big fans of the show, please send Jay raw tomatoes. He loves raw tomatoes
And avocados.
with guac and steak.
Yes. Goodbye.
Sounds like a dinner.
That sounds pretty good to me.
Yeah.
Bye, love. Goodbye, everybody. It's all over. Goodbye. It's time to go. This is the end. Say goodbye. You better go away. I'm gonna leave you. It's the end. Goodbye.
All these songs are old.
Just leave me
Yes.
alone.
I want to hear this in the supermarket.
They should play it when you're checking out.
How do I share a link?
You chat
Yeah, where's the chat function?
on the bottom. If you hover over the bottom of your screen,
Oh, there's chat. I didn't just say it's in the show, but